long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Signal Mother Soto Genma watches over her holo in her office. She watches as the Eye of the Nihil, Marcion Rowe, watches video recordings of what happened to the cavalcade as it exploded on the landing deck. When the video is over, Soto speaks and says, "As you can see, my lord, there seems to be something far more interesting about your droids that these Squonk crew members seem to possess." "This is most interesting, Signal Mother. Tell me, where is the Squonk crew now?" "They're being held in their apartment, my lord. We're waiting the Jedi to arrive at any moment." "The Jedi." Marcion could barely hide his contempt. The Signal Mother wondered, how deep does his hatred for the Jedi Order really go? "Is there something in particular you would like for me to do to them, my lord?" The Signal Mother was quite interested in his response. "I don't care anymore. I have other initiatives to deal with." "As you wish, my lord. Anything for the Nihil. Will you be requiring the prototype?" Marcion glances over and sees that the Droid 3 is currently trying to run into a screen over and over again on one of the computers. He probably thinks it's a window. Again. "I have everything I need here already. But one thing, Signal Mother. If the Squonk crew mentions me in any way, deal with them and the Jedi." The Signal Mother bows respectfully and just says, "Your wish shall be done, my lord." And welcome, dear listener, to our mid-season point for Season 2 of For Light and Dice. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of For Light and Dice. Today's recording session is momentous. It's huge, it's big. It's not only because we're just starting the official midway point of Season 2, but also for the first time in months. What, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months?
5 to 6 months, woo!
We have the whole gang back together, finally.
Woo!
Finally. So my name is Chris, my pronouns are he, him, and I am the official head referee of this whole shebang, and I am very excited to be back with the whole group and telling a story together, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Colton, who are you? It's always going to be in order of people that joined.
Well, okay, yeah, I just... Hi. Hello, yes, hi. I'm Colton, as previously stated, playing Coriel, and everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'm not bitter about anything. Nope. It's fine.
Nice.
It's fine.
Nice.
It's fine.
Hope?
I've missed Colton being surprised that they have to actually introduce themselves. Hi, I'm Hope. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Gaz, the mom friend of the group, whose pronouns are also she, her, and everything is fine because we haven't arrived to find out yet what has happened.
Indeed. Jess?
Yeah, I'm Jess. I play Lysander. My pronouns are they, them, his are he, him, and yeah, everything is fine. I don't know why you guys would think anything is not fine.
So this is an audio medium, and right now Colton is glaring at Jess. And did the Sokka from Avatar Last Airbender, I'm watching you. No, that was Lynn from the other one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Robin.
Hi, I'm Robin. My pronouns are they, she, and I am playing Zero, the droid engineer, whose pronouns are they, them in basic. In actuality, they're probably just like the shrug emoji, but yeah.
I like that. I like that. Does Arabesh have emoji? That's a good question.
Now it
Charles.
does.
Hi, I am Charles. My pronouns are he, him. I play Win, the Duros pilot, whose pronouns are he, they, and also is not wearing gloves anymore because of character development.
Yay! Someone
This
remind
was
me.
important to some people, apparently.
Remind me in a behind-the-scenes segment one time to tell you the story of this conversation between me and Charles, but that will be for another time when we have more time.
All right. All right. Well, we're here, and as I said, we're finally back together, but the characters aren't quite together yet. So let's get right into it. We start off in Jedha City. There is still smoke billowing from one of the building branches off the top of the squonk because, unfortunately, the squonk's hat blew up, aka the Cavalcade, Coriel ship. There is all kinds of commotion happening through the temple right now. The battle droids are on alert and are constantly patrolling the hallways. Several of the temple guard are also scouring, making sure that there's no other devastating explosions happening in the temple. And you and Lysander, Zero, and Coriel, you have been ushered into your private apartment where you have been strongly asked to remain there.
Two things.
Yes.
One, I would like to note that I have moved my fake lightsaber from my belt to in one of my like sleeve pockets.
Sure.
If we're about to talk to the Jedi. And two, is Orcus with us?
You look around, and Orcus is indeed with you. It seems that he took a liking to the cafeteria, and he has brought with him all kinds of snacks, drinks, sandwiches, food, whatnot, and he is currently feasting on a large leg of meat.
I love/hate Orcus so much.
He looks as you all kind of enter the apartment, and you know that guards are being posted on the door outside as the door closes. Orcus says, "Oh, you guys, the food here is so great. Have you seen the indoor pool yet? We could just stay here forever."
Yeah, I mean, if you probably could. You could be inducted into the Order, Orcus.
No. No. Nope. Nope.
Okay. Hey, Lysander.
Lysander, who I like to imagine is holding on to two, which is probably awkward because I presume two is kind of like a biggish ball, like a yoga. Would you say like yoga balls?
I would say that like one of those big medicine balls that you work out with.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I was imagining like soccer ball.
A bigger, like just like that.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
they're a lot bigger than I thought.
It's a little smaller than I thought, but okay. Yeah, Lysander is holding on to two, like they're like a comfort, like plushie, except they're a ball of metal. But
yeah,
and,
two says, "Oh, I like hugs."
yeah, and then Lysander looks at Coriel and is just like, "What?"
Is there anything you would like to tell me before everything happens?
No.
Okay. Okay.
What's going on?
Lysander blew up my ship.
I
What?
did nothing.
Wait, what? That was you?
Why would you even think that?
Because you've spent the last week trying to get what's in that safe, and then when it just so happens that you are the only person alone in the ship with 1 and 2, one, gets injured, and the ship explodes.
One
is
injured?
okay. One is okay.
Two-
And again, I don't know why your ship exploded.
2 says,
I do not currently detect one.
What?
One is okay.
I would think that 2 would be able to detect 1 if they were okay. Also, I mean, Corel, not to sort of not believe you, but, it does seem that blowing up your ship would be a very inefficient way to access the safe inside.
I agree. I don't think Lysander did it on purpose. But
Oh.
I think it resulted in resulted from the actions of Lysander.
Lysander, did you accidentally blow up Corel's ship?
I didn't do anything.
2, what, do you know, when was the last time you sensed 1?
What time is it?
And I'll look at my wrist pad for the time.
yeah, you give him the answer, and 2 says,
I don't know.
Okay. Can I perhaps access your memory banks?
I don't know, can you?
Lysander, would you perhaps mind letting go of 2 so I can, plug in?
Lysander, let's go of 2.
2 floats over to 0.
Alright, 0 will, like, plug in with the little, the droid thing that lets them plug in. Whatever that's called.
Yeah.
Scomp link.
Stomp link, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow, Colton. Wow. Yeah, make a technology roll.
I can do that. All right. That's an 11?
You do pull some information out of 2. The last transmission 2 received from 1 was 1 informing 2 that it's activating its energy weapon. And then it cuts off.
Oh, what?
Interesting. Thank you, too. I'll unplug now. Thank you for sharing your precious memories with me. What 2 seems to have perceived is that shortly before 1 vanished, they informed 2 that they were activating their energy weapon, which I am just now learning is a thing that 1 possessed. 2, do you also have an energy weapon?
What's that?
I should have guessed that you would say that.
Why would 1 do that?
Yeah, why would 1 do that?
2 just kind of like hovers there and looks around and is like,
I feel like everyone's watching me right now.
That's because
okay,
everyone
2.
is watching you.
Oh.
Come back here, 2.
he floats over.
Lysander, yeah, has his arms open, like, come back here, and holds 2 again.
Orcus says, hey, I hate to derail the conversation, but I need to kind of go back to something that was mentioned much earlier. There's a safe?
Yes.
Where is the safe right now?
I am not. Coriel stands up, walks out of the room.
Is that an answer?
It's probably still on top of the squonk.
So, that'll mean that these creepy-ass mathematicians have it now.
We are not mathematicians.
Well, whatever you call yourselves.
I mean, are they all that creepy? I mean, they did give you a lot of food.
I mean, I took it.
That's true. Why did you take it anyway? I thought you said you could sustain yourself. What is the purpose of all this?
Pleasure.
Oh, okay. Should I leave the room?
Oh my. And
in
Lysander follows
about
Coriel.
in about an hour and a half to 2 hours, maybe.
Understood. I will. I'll set an alert on my wrist pad.
All right, so Coriel, you left the room. Lysander, you did too. Are you both like gonna interact with each other? Are you going to your bedrooms? What are y'all doing?
I'm leaving the apartment. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah.
Lysander was following Coriel.
yeah. So, Coriel, you walk up to the front door, and the door slides open. You immediately see the guards standing post there. They turn, and you also see walking towards the doorway is Signal Mother Soto Ginma. She is carrying the box, or the safe, as it were, and she has a very stern look on her face.
She's carrying an entire safe made out of Beskar? Damn.
Yeah,
Damn, she's strong.
She
We
really
love a
She's
is.
strong
single?
woman.
she is a strong woman. Damn it.
She's single?
Yes and no. Depends on single.
Okay. Good to know for Gus.
I appreciate that we're continuing the grand Star Wars tradition of women being badass motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. So, she just looks at you, Coriel, and just says, "And where do you think you are going?"
Actually, I was going to get that right there. So, now I guess I don't need to leave. That's
Let's
perfect. I love when the algorithm works.
let's step inside your apartment and talk.
Yes, please come in. I just kind of push Lysander out of the, out of the way.
She just walks in and puts the safe on a small table, and walks up to the window that overlooks all of Jedha City, and she kind of has her back to you all, and she says, "The Jedi will be here within the hour to speak with all of you. I was hoping
About what?
before they arrive, you can explain to me why there's a Sith holocron in a safe."
We found it.
Technically, it was given to us in an
Oh, yeah, I guess it
artifact,
was.
and then we didn't know it was in that artifact, and then that artifact opened up, and we found it. So, and then
It was put
Coriel
in-
locked it up in that safe for safekeeping.
Because I didn't want anyone to rifle through it. And I'd give a very, very pointed glance at Lysander.
Lysander has a poker face on, like no emotion at all.
Lysander, can you make actually a deception roll?
Yeah.
'Cause Signal Mother is like staring at you a little bit, like trying to
Yeah.
sense your feelings.
That's a nat 20.
Good
So
lord,
22.
Lysander.
Yeah.
She said, so the Sigmother says, possessing such an item is forbidden in Jedha City now, and if the Jedi Order were to know you possess such a thing, I dare say the outcome for you would not go well.
Good to know. I guess I'll have to find some cortosis to line the safe with for my next ship.
Cortosis.
Yes, I know. I mean, the Jedi have a monopoly on it, but I have voice. Anyway, that is good to know. Is it possible that because I was going to try and get rid of it on this trip as well, so like,
Get rid of it.
yes,
It is knowledge.
sure, it is, yes, but of dubious value. Just because it is knowledge does not mean it is effective knowledge.
True, but it is knowledge nonetheless. And only a master should be in possession of such a thing for study.
Yes, my original goal was to take it to the anchorites. They seem to have a pretty decent, store and archive vibe going. but
L'Oreal, you have brought so much danger to us.
you don't know the half of it, lady. Yes, I do apologize. This was not any intention. The hope was not that my ship would explode, revealing this and alerting anyone to my presence here. That was sort of not in the plan, as it were. Another pointed look at Lysander.
The ship will be locked down while we study it.
Okay.
And when the Jedi arrive, you will speak with them, and you will answer their questions as honestly as possible, but you cannot reveal the presence of the Sith holocron.
Understood. I had no intention of giving it to the Jedi anyway, so.
Good. Orcus makes a loud chewing sound as he bites off the bone and breaks it in half and swallows it.
It hasn't been an hour and a half. Do I need to leave now, or?
No, not yet. Are you familiar with the concept of digestion, Zero?
Not really, no.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll let you know.
You'll just let me know about digestion, or when it happens, or what is it exactly?
He just takes a sip of some large drink that seems to be, the liquid seems to be a little thicker than water.
All right. Well, good talk, Orcus.
As far the Signal Mother says, as far as this Nihil right here, I don't feel comfortable with him wandering around the temple anymore. He took advantage of our courtesy. As she looks at all the food he's put in this apartment.
He does that.
I don't think you need to worry about him wandering around. He'll be here for at least another hour and 20 minutes, so...
She kind of looks confused by that statement. Now, this all happens within a second and a half. So just as I'm describing, just bear in mind, this is really, really fast. But at that moment, there are several loud sounds of thunder, almost. And they're so loud that it even shakes the Durasteel walls of this temple. You can see out the window, several windows from the stone buildings across the street just get blown out by the sound, and your ears are ringing. Then there's a lot of shadows that loom over the city, and a strange sound of what sounds like a screaming bird gets louder and louder and louder, and at that point the window that the Signal Mother stands in front of is blown out completely by some massive explosion. Can the three of y'all make dexterity saving throws, please?
Oh, sweet God.
Oh, cool.
Well,
Cool.
if it isn't the consequences of our own actions.
It's the consequences
fine.
of one end's actions, to be clear.
I don't think this is the consequences of one end's actions.
Technically, Coriel is the one who fixed up one end. So everything one end did is technically Coriel's fault.
No, counterpoint. I don't think this is the Huts. I think this is someone else that uses storms.
Interesting. Well, I got
Anyway.
a 10 on that dex save.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 19. Woo!
18
Nice.
for me.
You're looking for a 14 or higher.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Yeah, so Zero, you take 6 points of thunder damage.
No!
And you're blasted backwards 5 feet. And you land
Ah!
and you land downward. Now, this explosion is very slowly followed by this greenish cloud, this like almost thick fog-like substance that starts rolling into the room. The signal mother, who looks badly burned at this point on her face, and most of her clothes are charred as well. She's holding up her hands and struggling, and looks like she's holding the cloud back with the force. She turns to you all and just says, "Run!"
First, I would like to cast Breath Control,
Okay,
which means I don't need to breathe for the next 10 minutes.
nice.
And then I will also put some of my force pushing to that effect as well.
Okay, try to use. You can use your force push ability then.
I do.
Okay. What's the condition?
It's a cantrip, so like.
Yeah, make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Give myself my advantage. That's much better. That is a saving throw, you said?
Mhm.
24.
Yeah, so Coriel, you're able to kind of hold it back, but there's a lot of it, and it's putting a lot of strain on you. Zero and Lysander, what do y'all do?
What happened to the safe? Did she drop it?
Yeah, it's down on the. Well, she set it down on the table. It's still on the table. It didn't move.
Okay. Zero will get up and grab the safe. And wait for either Coriel or Lysander to run first before they start running. They will follow.
Okay. And Lysander?
I look at Coriel and the signal mother. I unfortunately do not. Lysander does not have the force push ability, so he cannot help in this moment. It's just like looks at Zero, who's grabbing the safe. What's Orcus doing?
He's getting ready to run. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, Lysander kind of like looks one more time at Coriel and the signal mother, and then looks at Zero's like, "Zero, come on!" and like runs.
Okay.
And he's still
can I-
holding on to two.
Can I say something before Lysander fully leaves?
Sure.
The crystal, Lysander.
And he stops, like hesitates for a moment, and is just like, "No," and leaves.
Okay. So Coriel, you're holding back this glass cloud, and it's a lot. And you can hear like more explosions and stuff happening on the outside. The signal mother looks over at you and just says, "Coriel, the algorithm has selected you to be its scion. You must help the galaxy. You must protect the Force, but you must leave."
Hold on, doing some, calculus here. Be constructive, signal mother. And then I'll, give it one further push. And then skedaddle.
Okay, make another wisdom saving throw.
That is a 10.
Is this too much for you at this point? If you continue to try to push, you will strain yourself to the point of no return.
Okay, then yeah, I'll leave.
Okay. Meanwhile, in hyperspace, Win and Gaz, you both are in the cockpit. The computer system's telling you that it's only a matter of minutes before you reach Jedha. And Gonk says, "Gonk."
Can I actually have Gaz coming into the cockpit?
Sure.
Excellent. So when she comes into the cockpit, she is finally wearing her season 2 outfit.
Season 2 outfit.
Listen, this is very important to me. Shut
Hey,
up.
you got to sell those action figures.
I know, right? How else? Because I have to keep up with Lysander. He has like 5 outfits so far.
It's like I keep telling people, For Light and Dice is a show that exemplifies the values and an understanding of what the Star Wars universe is. And in this case, it's about different outfits so we can sell different merchandise.
We now have the chase figure of Win without gloves.
Right.
Exactly. This is a whole new figure you can get now.
With pretty red fingernail polish on. Very
Just
cute.
Stop
kidding.
by
It would
our
be-
Etsy
it would
store.
It would be a new Funko Pop.
Yeah.
Hasbro only makes clone troopers.
Nice.
Anyway, so up to this point, she has been wearing like a really beat up brown bomber jacket that she's clearly like repaired over time. And then this time she's wearing a very simple pink dress with white trim and white buttons and a white collar, long bell sleeves. Her belt with all the pouches with snacks and koto stems is still around her waist. On her right hip in a holster is Grime, and on her left hip is the vibro knife that Wen got her when they thought they were going to get boarded, and the knife's name is now Braddock. And so she just comes in and just slides into the co-pilot seat. Jedha?
Jedha. Win is wearing the same outfit. They are wearing different pants now because Gaz hemmed their pants. And as mentioned previously, they are not wearing gloves, so their nails are painted.
She actually holds out their gloves and goes, I found these in Whisper's room.
Oh, I had completely forgotten about those. Win takes them and puts them in the pocket of their pants. They don't put them on.
Gonk.
I don't know. I kind of like the nails.
I mean, the nails look nice, and next time I'll teach you how to do them yourself. We'll have a nail party.
Yes, that does sound like an enjoyable and productive use of our time.
And I'm sure, like, with everything, it's going to be great when we get there. I'm sure it's nice and calm. Though, I will say that our horoscope was a little weird today. It was weirdly specific.
You know they just, like, throw those things at a dartboard, just play holodarts with it to decide.
She actually looks very uncomfortable when saying that.
But I'll hear it. Who knows? They might have access to something I don't.
The horoscope said, have extra patience with him and keep your eyes to the sky.
Well, we're in the sky, so if we look up, we're gonna... I guess they mean when we land?
Maybe, but I don't know who the him is.
Well, I'm sure all of this will be fine. I'm sure that... I mean, look, it's Coriel, Lysander, and Zero. Like, what could they have possibly gotten into while we were busy?
Well, how do I look? Do I look like I'm ready for an adventure?
Wynn looks over at Gauze and does kind of a once up and down, and then nods and says, I think you're looking very adventure-y.
Thank you, because this is because of you. That jacket that I had before was just out of need, because I just needed to be able to grab Sasha, grab my jacket, and go if I needed to run. But you helped me realize what I wanted. And I want to be here with you and the crew to make roots, and thank you for helping me figure out what I want, she says before knowing the chaos they go into.
Wynn looks very uncomfortable with emotion being expressed in their general vicinity. However, they do nod and say, and thank you for giving me a future that I didn't know that I had. This is very emotional, and we should be coming out of hyperspace within the time.
Gonk puts his little arms on your shoulders, on both of your shoulders, and just goes, Gonk.
Oh, Gonk,
And
Zera's
we-
gonna be so excited to see you.
And we are glad you were on this adventure with us, guys.
She's just-
Gonk.
She's adjusting Gonk's hat. She actually probably in the little trip has like cleaned up Gonk a little bit, like because Gonk was such a good Gonk throughout the entire time. So like she scrubbed off some of the extra rust and made Gonk look a little bit fancy. She stuck a bow tie on.
Gonk has a
Gonk.
bow tie, yes.
Yeah, to make Gonk look extra fancy for the crew.
So at that point, the computer beeps off and the ship is ready to go out of hyperspace.
All
All right,
right.
let's go.
Everyone, welcome
Let's
to
find
Jedha.
our family.
Everyone, welcome to Jedha, a planet that has been peaceful for roughly 150 years, and I'm sure everything there has been fine since the
Oh.
Battle of Jedha.
You're
Over
about
a
to be
century
such
and a half
big
ago.
nerd for the next like 5 days.
I'm going to be insufferable to a degree that you have no idea. And
Well, you listened to me talk about Niamos Shore, so turnabout is fair play.
Wynn is going to pull the ship out of hyperspace.
And she helps if needed.
As soon as you drop out of hyperspace, the ship is violently tossed back and forth from waves of concussive force. The ship computers go crazy, seeing hundreds and hundreds of different ships. There are explosions, arcs of laser fire, missiles flying every which way. You can see Republic long beams and fighters in a defensive posture fighting against Corellian-modeled ships, all featuring the Hutt cartel's symbols on the sides. Additionally, here and there are ships that appear mismatched in make. They're parts of different ships put together with spines and sharp objects sticking out of the side, all of them featuring the 3 lightning symbols of the Nihil. And what's even more horrible in this crossfire, that in this massive battle that you've come out of hyperspace in, there are refugee ships caught in the crossfire, many of them being blown up right before your eyes.
Oh, fuck!
Gonk!
I thought you said this shit was peaceful!
This shit was peaceful!
Okay, she's just arming the weapon systems. I just dropped my dice.
The good news is... sorry.
Wynn is going to boost power to the shields and the weapons.
Okay. What do y'all do? What else do y'all do?
When she sees that it's Nihil, she just almost snarls, just like, fucking Nihil!
Are the refugee ships that are being blown up, are they being blown up by fighters or concussive fire from the capital ships?
Both.
It's a little of both.
Yeah, some of them, it looks like some of them are just getting caught in crossfire for the most part, but you do notice that the Nihil ships are specifically attacking them from time to time.
Oh, Gauze is absolutely going to start shooting at some Nihil. So once she has the... How long does it take for the weapons to come online?
It's pretty quick.
So as soon as that, she's going to... Can I, like, roll initiative?
Not yet, no. You can make an attack roll, though, to see if you hit anything.
She is.
I'm actually... So Wynn is actually going to... Wynn has had the same idea. So Wynn is actually going to start... Punch it with the one in, and is going to try to bring it closer to the Nihil ships. They're going to head in that direction.
Gonk, get to the turret gun.
Gonk! And he turns around and waddles deeper into the ship.
And target those concussive and turbo laser batteries.
Okay, so make an attack roll, Gaz.
Remind me how to attack, please.
You roll a d20, and you're going to add your dex modifier and your proficiency bonus.
Gotcha. Okay. I want everybody to know that I bought brand new, beautiful gauze dice for my birthday, and my first roll with them was a crit one.
Yeah, so guys, you miss completely. These fighters there's too much chaos. And it's dangerous to also openly fire in the position you're in, because you could be hitting Republic ships as well, trying to fight everybody. This is literally a 3-way battle, and it's a giant clusterfuck. There is the computer suddenly activates Wynn and says you're receiving a transmission.
Is it all of Zero's transmissions?
I do not have time to talk about my extended warranty right now.
You focus on flying, and she hits the button. What?
You do receive the Zero's text messages, but also on a holo projector pops up. You see a female Palowick who is sitting in some sort of a throne, and the symbol of the Heart Cartel is etched at the top part of the chair. She tilts her head and snout at you and just says,
Well, hello, Squawk Crew. We finally meet. Surrender and I'll destroy you.
You know, we get that a lot. We're not actually the Squonk Crew. We're the crew of the Phantasmal Squall. Can I help you?
"Can you make a deception roll?"
Absolutely. I'm sorry, my dog's barking. I hope you can't hear him.
I love that Gaz came up with the name of a fake ship and not just the name of the ship that she is currently on, which is not the Phantasmal Squawk.
That's an 18. You said deception, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 18.
She looks confused and just says,
Squall? I thought you were called Squonk.
No, we get that so much. God, we've been having like the worst. Dive that way, Win. Thank you. We've been having just the worst time of it. Did you say you were a Hut Cartel?
Prepare to be destroyed for killing the love of my life.
and she cuts off the transmission.
So
I don't think she believes me.
Wynn during this entire time is still making a dead rush at the Nihil fleet.
Okay. Make a pilot check, Win.
16.
Okay. When you're dodging, moving through just floating leftovers of ships that have been destroyed, and are heading closer to the Nihil fleet. And at this point, y'all, let's take a quick break, because stuff's going to get real in a second.
Okay.
And a good time to take a bathroom break and stuff. I love that Jess is laughing. Okay.
So much that's happening.
Well, y'all, that is the first episode of our second Battle of Jedha arc. Will our heroes survive? I'm not sure, but one thing is for sure is that everything will be different by the end of this story arc. So once again, thank y'all so much for listening to our show. If you look us up on the Twitter, X, whatever it's called, under the @ForLightandDice handle, there you can find a link to where you can find our podcast. Of course, you've probably already found our podcast because you're listening to the show, but in case you haven't already subscribed, you should. But in addition to that, we also have a Discord community that's free for anybody to join. So definitely, if you want to hang out with the cast and some of our coolest fans, definitely join it. And a lot of the music you've been hearing in this episode is composed by Grushkov. They have composed amazing music inspired by the High Republic, as well as other themes like fantasy. So definitely check them out. You can find their music pretty much anywhere music is. So if you want to buy it outright, you can find it all over the place. If you want to stream it, it's on Spotify, YouTube Music, etc. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for listening. And as always, may the Force be with you.